Okay, so we're going to go this way, and because we are ending this color, we'll be cutting off our yarn. So we're starting over here with 4 stitches of the background color, turning everything around here. Oh, don't go in that first one. That chain counts as 1. All right, there we go. Okay, now this time, if you look at the chart, we're going to cut this color here, this one here, this one here, and this one here, and then we're finished with the other ball of background. So I'm going to end that stitch and cut the yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the stitch, but don't pull it tight. Pull the loop up, cut the yarn, get that out of the way, and then put your hook back in those top 2 loops of the stitch. Okay, and then you pull up your next color behind it. And according to the chart, we do 4. So we'll draw that up through, make sure this isn't too tight or too loose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we just did. Pull up your loop, cut your yarn, and leave a bit of a tail to draw in later. Reinsert your hook back into the top. And now we're going to put 6 stitches of the next ball in. I got to pick up the right piece of yarn here. We got a lot back there. Okay. So we want to make sure that this is loose enough to come up from behind the stitch, go across those 2 stitches, and up between this stitch. So you want to make sure it's loose enough to do that, but you don't want it so loose that this loop up here will be big. So you just kind of do that carefully. And these stitches, there should be 6 of them. Now remember, we're going to carry this red. Find the right piece of string here. Okay. This red is going to come up, and we're going to work over it for 2 stitches. And again, we're going to end up off the yarn. So we're going to go ahead and finish the stitch, pull up a loop, cut the yarn, pull the loop through. Okay, let's get this out of the way. We've got it. All right. Now, when you go back through here, pick up your red yarn. Again, not too tight, not too loose. Make 4 stitches. We're ending it off. Get the ball of yarn out of the way. Pull it through. Don't pull it too tight. Put your hook back in. See, that tension should be just right around your hook. And then pick up the pink, draw it through those 2, make sure the string is loose enough that it's not floppy, but tight enough to fit around the hook there. Okay. I guess the word is relaxed without being floppy. And into the top of the chain. I'm going to go ahead and chain my 3 for turning. Okay, let's lay it out. Remove my sticker. Okay, let's back this up a little bit. You can see the heart. Here's the graph. And so what you do is you finish your last 2 rows, just double crocheting in each across. You can double crochet over the tails, but you still want to draw in the remainder of the tails with a needle. And that's how you do Intarsia. So I'm going to do the next 2 rows, and I'll turn the camera back on to show you the finished square. Okay, here's the completed square. Now what you can do is you can single crochet all the way around. And I found that if I single crochet in the sides of a double crochet, it's not quite 2 to 1. So when I'd go down the side of the double crochet with singles, I would put 1 in the end of this row and 2 in the end of this row, and 1 in the end of this row and 2 in the end of this row. And it comes out more evenly than if you just put 2 in the end of each row. Like I said, it's not quite 2 to 1. And then, you know, if you single crochet all the way around, or you can do fancy stitches, you can put these together in an afghan and make lots of squares and put them together. Use it as an exchange square with some other people and make a couple for them and they make a couple for you. Be cute on the back of a baby sweater or the front of a baby sweater even. So there's a lot of things you can do with this pattern. So this is double crochet Intarsia using a chart, or a graph rather. And if you look at the back, I have these tails to work in. When you work your tails in, make sure you draw the red tails into the red and the pink tails into the pink, because the red and pink might show through each other. But if you look, you'll see where you carried the yarn a little bit, so that's why you have a right and wrong side of this. But it's not so bad looking on an afghan if we would have carried it across. So the next video will be a single crochet Intarsia, and using pretty much the same technique, we're going to use the same chart.